Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called Keepy Uppy.
What up, party people?
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 3 of Two Bandits Watching Bluey. Three. I am Greg.
I am Mike.
And, oh buddy, what we have to talk about today. How you been doing, sir? It's been a while since we recorded. How's life? How are things?
Things are fantastic, absolutely. I think we took a delay on doing this episode because Greg needed to recover from the hospital episode a little bit.
Well, we're not here to talk about the hospital episode. We are here to talk about...
Which one?
Keepy Uppy. Man, it's hard to say favorite, but it's way up there for me.
Okay.
This one is just pure chaotic joy.
Yep.
You know, we're going to get into some episodes here soon with a lot of emotion behind them, a lot of heart, tear jerkers.
Oh, we should have like a ranker of like what episode made you cry the most at some point in time.
We haven't gotten to that one for me yet.
It's
we haven't
okay.
gotten there yet, but this one made me laugh the most. This one, again, from start to finish, was just pure joy.
Yeah,
what's this podcast about? Or this episode about?
This podcast is about Bluey.
This podcast is about Bluey.
Yep, it's two bandits watching Bluey on episode 3.
And this episode's about balloons. Or, more importantly, the last balloon. So, synopsis from Bluey fandom.
Ooh.
Bluey, Bingo, and Mum are enjoying a game of Keepy Uppy around the house with their last balloon. All is fine until their dad joins in, and soon the game becomes the ultimate test of skill.
Now, do you think
That synopsis right there could be like the trailer of a 3-hour movie, and I think we're
gonna say that every single time we talk about an episode? Do you think so? When you played this game as a kid, do you think they created the name for this episode? Like they invented it, or was it? Do you think it came from something? I don't have an answer to it. I'm just asking.
You definitely did this as a kid, though, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Can't touch the ground.
Okay. I'm about to say they did not invent this concept, sir.
About to say
This has been around for a minute.
Oh,
But they definitely invented this concept in my house because after my girls watched this the first time,
yep.
it doesn't matter if we have Barbie dream houses or if we have every toy under the sun. The only toy that mattered for a solid month was balloons.
Okay.
We would have like 30 balloons lying around the house. We were keepy uppying. We were testing, not to jump too far ahead in the episode, but we were testing the grass theory. Which something we'll get there.
to that.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, you know we will. Oh,
But again, definitely one of my favorites. And some of the small things that are just so fun in episodes of Bluey.
yep.
Opening, we see the house, and in the background, hot air balloons everywhere.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
In a 7-minute episode, foreshadowing about balloons. And look at them. What are those balloons doing?
They're keeping
They're
up.
keeping upping. Oh my god, that's the lamest thing I've said all day.
That's not surprising.
The day's fresh, but my god.
But we get right into it. Bluey's up. Bluey wakes up. Bluey looks for those balloons, but finds out it's his last balloon.
Hers. Got
Dang it. Again. Dogs are boys, cats are girls. It's how I was raised.
Got this.
All right. So gets up, grabs his balloon. Her balloon. Dang it.
Yes.
Biscuits.
Got it. Cheese and crackers
First,
is what. Oh no, that's the next episode. Sorry.
go first. We got a pet bird. Little Tweety bird. Pet bird ends up on Mum's head. And
Okay. So question for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna get right out of the gate because this is how it works. You're storyline guy, and I'm questions. So Bluey's 6 at the time. Is she able to really blow up a balloon that well at that age?
yeah, actually, my Emily is 6.
Okay.
She can blow up a balloon. She can't tie a balloon.
Right.
Can't tie a balloon to save her life.
That's where.
And she can't blow it like, size of your head, but she can get it enough to be a pet bird for sure.
Okay, cool. Because when she did that, I was like, holy guac, she's. No way. You can't. Because Finn's not. He's not. But he's Bingo's age. He's busting out.
Finn and Liv are still in pre-Keepy Uppy initiating stages of their life.
So, okay.
They can play with the best of them, but they need somebody to help blow up that balloon.
Okay. So it is a qualify. Just checking Bluey's resume. of blowing up balloon, check mark, tying balloon, no check
Not
mark.
so much.
Okay.
Not so much. But that's what Mom's there for.
Yep.
Mom's there to introduce. Bluey knew about Keepy Uppy. Bluey, she is a Keepy Uppy pro.
Yep.
Sounds like it's Bingo's first time, though.
It did. It totally did, because she came running up and said, "What happens if it hits the ground?" And there's like a sad music moment where it's just she's so invested in that moment.
And we get those expressive Bingo eyes,
Oh.
just the fear.
Your heart's
what could
melting
go wrong?
already. I can just feel it over here, radiating. Bluey's just like, no, it's just if it hits the ground, it goes down. And the thing I like about it is when Chili, like she throws like a little bit of like a bandit moment where she's like, okay, I'm gonna play along here. We're gonna have a little bit of a fun time. And then in her head, she's like, oh, it's gonna keep him distracted for a good like 7 minutes. Bluey's like, is it Keepy Uppy? She's like, it's Keepy Uppy. Yay! She's like, sweet, I can get some stuff done. There's like a little bit of a parental moment.
And you see her in the background. She's picking up. She's tidying up. She's able to go start brekkie.
Yep.
Which, this is going to be another big one for this episode. This episode introduced a lot of new words into my household personally. we don't have breakfast anymore. We have brekkie. Whenever we blow up a balloon and we hit it for the first time, we always go, what? What is like a new word in our house? And it's, I don't get it. I don't know where it came from. I'm not sure if that's a thing. And I'm just outside of the bubble. But everybody knew it.
Couple of upstate New York dads learning about. Why did I put a southern accent on my voice? Oh my
I
god,
don't
let's try that
know.
again. Okay, crap. Well, let's try that again. We're just a couple.
upstate dads.
Good old dads
Good old-
learning about Bluey.
New York is south of the Mason-Dixon.
Ish.
Gotta
But
keep it in now, sucker.
Chili doing her thing, like when they're boinking in the back, boinking back and forth, and then Chili just goes and picks up the dirt, like you said, and she puts on her like just, all right, I'll take care of that, and she's just taking care of something while the kids are just doing their thing. It's okay,
But
cool.
she's still in the background. She's still playing. She's hitting the ball, making it a little bit harder.
100%.
And then they got it figured out. You know, for a rookie, Bingo had it down pretty good.
Let's do smaller bops.
It was getting
Smaller
easy.
bops.
But sometimes
It's a little boring.
Life's a little bit more fun when it's not so easy. And then cue the greatest father of all time.
Who are you talking about?
Good morning, everybody. Said good morning, everyone.
And he does like a cool little pose.
Little karate punch pose.
Fist pump to himself.
Again, I have definitely walked downstairs and had that be my first sentence of the day to my kiddos plenty of times. Followed up by so iconic, it's our opening of every single episode. What up, party people? Man, he is just a quote machine. He has 2 lines so far in this episode.
He's already in.
And they are iconic. They are iconic.
And so this is where I find it funny is the kids they complain. They're just like, this is too easy. It's too easy right now. Like, make it harder. Q Bandit.
Q Bandit in a big way. I remember first time watching this, the newspaper bit. I just laughed out loud. Picked up Bingo,
Upside
and just read
down.
it upside down, and just old so and so's at it again. I don't know why. It's just
so and so.
such a throwaway small line. It makes me really wonder, like, how much of this is strict improv? Like, is
That's
it
a good
like super
question.
scripted? Because a lot of this feels so off the cuff. You know,
He says it so just crisp, just like old so and so's at it again. There's no way you're just like throwing that. Like that can't be just straight scripted. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Going a little in left field here, because I don't know if we will ever do episodes about these. But have you seen the Bluey bits that they have online? They have like 1-2 minute like shorts, and it's crazy to say a short of a show that's only 6 minutes long.
Sure.
But they're like 90 seconds usually tops, and it's just the kids just singing a song and like playing while they're singing a song and just it animated. And I was like, this is strange. And I looked it up. It's actually just the kids on set playing and singing songs, and they recorded it and they made these little shorts around
Made
it.
animations based on.
Yeah. Look,
Interesting.
highly recommend look it up. It's funny, it's cute, it's a good 90 seconds, you know,
I'll do some homework on
as
that.
we're waiting for
Got my
season
homework
3 to come
assignment.
out. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So he picks up Bingo, does a thing with the newspaper, and Bluey gets defensive. No, it's my sister! And she does that, and then the roles reverse a little bit. And it's, I think, what I look forward to most in being a father is what Bandit does there, is he picks up Bluey, and she's like, no, put me down. And he says, oh, dear child, embrace your father. Like, just, she wants to get away, and you're just having that great fatherly moment of just like
that fun like purposely harassing them, but in the loving kind of way. It's just great.
Oh, I find myself in that. I'm looking forward to getting into that right position, because Finn's starting to get into a level to where, like, I start doing it. He goes, no, stop. And I'm like, no, you stop. And we, like, kind of bicker back and forth in the most petty way. It doesn't matter 8 seconds from then.
That Bluey age is the perfect age for that, too. Like, I mess with Emily. She gets so frustrated with me, but she knows that I'm messing with her way, and she's like, Dad.
I mean, you can see that, like Bluey furrows her brows every now and then. And she's like, she gets mad. She's like, it's just Dad being Dad. Okay, fine. That's Dad. Dude, okay, so you're going to continue the storyline, I'm sure. But he turns on the fan, so he continues the difficulty.
We might
Too far?
No.
Go ahead.
No, you go, because I think we're going to be at the same place here.
Okay.
Some physics.
So
some physics could stay. Yeah.
He's playing Portal. Because he turns on the fan, starts kicking, the balloon goes into the living room. Right? I think it's their living room. They have the biggest house that I've ever seen. You can rent a house at the Outer Banks that's smaller than that. And
man, I didn't even really think about that. Is a huge house.
Their house is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
He walks out the back door. They're like, oh, the balloon. Boom! He's in the front door. He's got a leaf blower ready to go. Where does he get the leaf blower? Okay.
So not only he was able to, from one was able to go outside, go through the garage, find the leaf blower, run back around the front house, poke it. He must have like a backstory as an Olympic sprinter or something.
There's some sort of Marvel story based
look
on
for him in the 2021 games, because New Zealand's taking the gold in the sprint, in the high jump.
But somehow Bandit's at the end of the line. He's like, sorry, I won. With a leaf blower in his hand, because you don't know where he got that from.
Oh my God.
It just blew my mind. Like, I saw it, I went, dang, Bandit, what are you doing? Okay, cool.
But,
Same page.
But leaf blower takes us in the playroom, and man, this hit home. This is one of those many times in this show. It's like, yeah, that could easily be our playroom. Just a little bit of everything everywhere. And
how messy it is?
And that perfect dad comment of, would be so much easier if
you just
pick up this mess. Who's responsible?
Cleaned up ahead of time, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
And Bluey, that's not helpful.
And they try to get their victory, and it lands on their little blocks, and it's good to go. But he still drives a point home where he's like, yeah, but life happens, and he turns on the ceiling fan.
Man, I am surprised that ceiling fan wasn't game over. That is one sturdy balloon. That is one sturdy balloon.
Or some steady grass.
Yeah. But that's when stuff gets real. The balloon is outside.
And it's floating in the background. I'm so happy because I have a kitchen window that's the exact same style. And so Chili's just hanging out. She's eating her oatmeal and her strawberries. And you just see the balloon floating in the background. She's like, oh no.
The look of fear. Again, we said it last episode, I think. For a simple animated show, the emotions they can pull out of these characters, the facial expressions, is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. So they get into the backyard,
Which is apparently the most dangerous grass that you could find in all of the earth, I'm going to say.
Well, we found out. We actually, after one of the first times watching this episode...
Okay.
Emily wasn't believing us. She's like, grass doesn't pop a balloon. That's silly.
Okay.
So we blew up a balloon. We brought it outside. Let me tell you, friend, grass can pop a balloon pretty darn easy.
Freshly cut grass? Or is it just...
I don't remember mowing right before, but just in general, we dropped 2 balloons to test it. Both. Pop.
Based on the episode?
Yeah. Based on the episode.
Not.
Yes. Science. We are a family that believes.
The Bill Nye of Bluey?
We are a family that trusts science. and tests theories. And if a cartoon is going to lie to us, we want to know. And outside of Bandit's ability to teleport on will,
okay,
the science in this episode holds strong.
Okay, cool.
But we get outside. We're outside now.
I don't have any balloons. I can't.
And Bingo's starting to freak out.
Yep.
Because you said nothing would happen. You said nothing would happen, and now things are happening. And big things are happening. Because for the first time in our 3 episodes now of watching this, we are going outside the family.
Fresh characters.
Lucky and Lucky.
Why was that synchronized? Weird.
Lucky's fine. Lucky's dad.
No, I'm going to cut it back to Lucky really quick.
Let's go back to Lucky.
Because second Simpsons reference that I'm going to make in this show, Lucky feels like the scene where Milhouse is throwing a frisbee by himself because he's just sitting there kicking a football, and then he runs over and he's just playing football by himself. And I saw it happen at first. I was just like, oh,
poor
Lucky dude. Like, but he seems like a team player. He wants to be a best friend. He wants to be cool and next door neighbors. Sure, he's super awesome. And then he sees the balloon.
Saves the day. But again, what?
Boink.
So it's not just the what? Not whoa. Boink.
Whip.
What? Not whip. What?
Spell it for me.
BWUT.
What?
So I'm a very old soul at heart and have bad hearings a lot of times. So when we watch our Bluey, we have closed captions on. When we watch just about everything in our house, we got closed captions on. So BWUT. What? There you go. He did it.
Not whoop.
Nope.
What?
There you go.
Got it.
Got it in 2.
We'll play some Keepy Uppy later.
Love it.
Okay, cool.
but we go through Lucky. Lucky's dad showing up with his coffee cup, sprinting hard, saving the day.
Pat. What's his name? His name's Pat.
When is his name said? I've never heard Lucky's dad be named anything other than Lucky's dad. We might have to. We might have to double back to that one. I don't know if We'll listen. Pat watch.
There's that, and then there's Lucky's mom's watch too, because she's never showed that. We'll get there. Yeah.
But Lucky's dad, I was curious because
my hero.
When he comes in, again, every time that I overexert playing with the kids, I done me hammy.
Oh my god,
so good. And I was curious.
I've done me hammy.
It's just
and the coffee
beautiful.
Spills.
Again, he is Bandit level committing to the bit. Because I'm pretty sure doctors aren't coming over. He's not getting rushed to the hospital. So that was just a bit.
I don't know if it was or not at first, because when you first see it in the scene, he goes down and he's holding it, and then Lucky looks back at him, and his eyebrows are just like, ah! Like he really looks like he's in pain. So it's not until later that they're both just standing on the fence. You're like, oh,
again, another great dad committing to the bet.
Like to as a father of a weak leg, and my I don't call my kid my weak leg. It's my actual leg is a weak leg.
Man, we're sounding great on this. I can't hear, and you got a bum leg, so
yeah,
we're two cool strapping dads
getting everything we need to get out of this. Because I related to that so much. But then it goes back to the yard.
Everything's safe and sound. We're getting close back to be back in the house.
Lucky's dad did it.
But Bandit, he might have made it too fun. Opens the umbrella, hits the grass, pop.
So okay, no, I get to bring it back a little bit. Actually, I had a note here. Poor Lucky's dad. I've done my hammy. Lucky's dad, if he keeps injuring himself like that, he's got to be proud because Lucky's got a lot of sports equipment in the yard.
It was a lot of sports equipment. I swear.
There's a soccer ball.
There's a cricket bat.
Is it a cricket bat? That's the thing.
So.
I've written down cricket bat, cricket racket, cricket.
We
mallet.
Are so American. We are sorry if there's any listeners in New Zealand.
We could. It's probably an easy Google search, but
probably.
when I was writing my notes, I was like, "There's a cricket
I'm pretty sure
that
bat.
one.
I'm pretty sure bat.
Okay. But like, if it's that quick for him to pull a hammy, is playing Keepy Uppy. Oh, he's got a long life ahead of him.
And since we're pulling back to Lucky's dad, one note that I did want to make, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So just curious, because we usually only see 2 names in the credits.
Yep.
Because I'm not sure if we talked about it, the kids are uncredited. The kids are voices from people in the staff, kids of the staff, which is it's cool. It's
That's
cool
awesome.
that they're like protecting
I love
these
that.
children.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. But we have another credited. We had Brad Elliott. So I was like, what else has he been in? I'm curious. Looked it up. He has only done Bluey. No other credits for anything.
As in Lucky's dad?
As in Lucky's dad.
Let's go,
His only
dude!
credit. So for somebody, he's got a fun voice.
He does.
He's got, 8 episodes probably-ish of this show.
Miami.
If my IMDb credit was just that, I'd feel pretty darn proud of myself. So
That's awesome.
Good on you. Excellent showing, Brad Elliott.
That's great. So the balloon is back.
Balloon is back, but not for long.
This is where it gets, like you said, the umbrella comes in. Not Resident Evil Umbrella Corporation, but
Whoa.
Bandit's umbrella. I don't know.
Spin-off?
I'm going to throw things. Ew.
Yeah, no thank you.
I'd play the game.
I don't think I've ever played a Resident Evil game. I'm not sure how this is. I'm not sure how that's coming up in our Bluey podcast, but... But yeah, back in the yard, umbrella, pop. So...
he makes it too fun.
Makes it too fun. And I've definitely been there. Sometimes you can play too hard.
Yep.
With littles, it's hard sometimes. You get that you're goofing around, but sometimes the littlies, they don't know as well.
The whole big girl bark thing's gonna come. It's,
Oh, yes.
It's part of that. Yes, absolutely. And it's funny when you watch the episode, you see Bandit's proud of himself because he's like, oh, and he sees it land and it pops, and he's still smiling, and the girls start crying a little bit, saying, "Oh no!" And he goes to,
He's like,
"Oh, what'd I do?
didn't know it was the last balloon."
Yep, I did the thing."
Again, I don't think we've ever had a last balloon in our house. I think we have like just a stockpile of 1,000 of them.
Yep.
Just in case. Just in case.
If you go in the basement, he has a safe, the code, what have you, and then there's you have to do the fingerprint sensor, and then you find the balloons.
Dual factor authentication.
Authentication?
That's a tough word to say.
You got this.
Anywho, back to Lucky again. It's done. Everybody's saying that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And then Lucky just kind of pops up. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Poor Lucky. He played for like 5 seconds of that game.
He was like, that was a blast.
He's like the highlight of his day. That's some only child syndrome.
Yeah.
Dad needs to finish his coffee and play a little bit more Lucky. Maybe, I don't know, but
Drinking it off the ground because he spilled it after pulling his hammy. But the balloon, that loss will be met by a hurricane of love.
That was poetic. That was beautiful, man. That got me. That was
See?
almost the first time crying on this podcast, but not really.
Oh, we'll save that. We'll see who cries first watching the pod. See, that's gonna be fun because we watch. So our goal is to watch the episode fresh every time before we record a podcast, and so I feel like there are gonna be some times we start an episode and Greg's gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, people."
It's a real possibility. But again, quote fest in this episode. Another favorite in my house.
Yep.
For real life. Love it.
For real life.
For real life. Whenever anything is said that is halfway exciting in our house, for real life.
That's cool.
There's actually even a time that, again, 6 and 4, and if you watch enough of a cartoon, my kids are starting to get like light New Zealand accents, calling birds budgies and
Brecky, baby.
Brecky. So it's real in our house. It's real.
That's awesome.
But for real life, they did have one more balloon. That was the daddy balloon. So this again.
So
go for it.
The whole playing too rough and all that kind of stuff. When it came to the end, and Bandit committed to it and said, "I've realized I've made a mistake. Y'all are still young." Bluey was more so of a team player in that situation because she said like Lucky came in and said, well, "We had fun." Like she said to Bingo, "Well, at least we had fun with it, right?" I feel like that was
some good big sistering.
Yeah. Because you get a little concerned about Bluey 2 episodes in. You're 50-50 on her. She's
this was everyone brought their A game here.
Yeah.
Everyone brought their A game here.
So I like that.
But then, like we said, in Dad Balloon, this is another bit that is stuck in our house. Although oddly, it's not so much.
I'm curious about where you go with this.
Yeah.
Please.
It's not so much the Dad Balloon in our house, but Olivia. Sometimes you'll just walk into the room, like as recently as yesterday. No joke. And we did not pre-pro yesterday with the kiddos. I did not watch this episode. We didn't watch this episode with the kiddos. Pre-pro.
You got a fancy terminology. Okay, go.
So right before bedtime, walk into her room, and she is just laying flat on the ground, spread out, head to the side, like she's been knocked out. And I was like, Olivia, you okay? Daddy, you have to blow up the Olivia balloon.
Really?
So then I just go up to her and, just pretty much from like 2-3 feet away, just, and she slowly stands up, then stands up taller, her head's down, puts her head up, and then she puffs out her cheeks like a big, puffs out her cheeks and just stands there lightly wiggling until I poke her in the stomach and she goes, and falls to the ground flat again.
Oh my.
It is months and months of doing that and playing that game and just, again, pure joy that this episode brings, that this episode's brought into just my house in general, the games that we've played based on it, fun inside jokes that we have as a family based on it. This is bringing it back to The Simpsons like you did. This might be my monorail episode.
Really?
Maybe not necessarily the best episode.
Yep.
But one of the most iconic.
It just clicks.
It just,
a spot. So, a question for you. If Bluey did not put it into birdie mode, how the holy heck was Bandit going to be Keepy Uppy?
Oh.
Because
that's a good question.
The first time I watched it, it turns into the balloon, I'm like, oh no, it's going to end bad.
It's going to be a squished child.
Right. How would he have committed to that? Or could you have? So if
that was a smart pivot by
the
Bluey.
6-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
So the 6-year-old doesn't make that change. What happens? How do you don't, do you?
I don't think you do, unless
you have to say
you're bouncing back and forth, or you're just getting pushed back and forth.
Yeah. You push yourself. You set yourself free, birdie, and just do it yourself. Yeah. I'm putting you on the spot there, kid. I'm sorry.
Well, they do have the jump. They do have the jump house. They do have the jump house, so that could have jump in there and back and forth, pushing it back and forth. It's a possibility.
There you go.
Or I mean,
the balloon goes inside of the house.
Bandit clearly, we've learned in this episode, can transcend time and space. So who knows if he can just make himself full of helium and float away?
Correct.
He again, from from kitchen to front door with a leaf blower in 1 second. So
wow.
if you don't think that he could just float on air for a couple seconds to make those kids happy,
sure,
you don't know Bandit.
All right, let's get
solid episode. So, and that's kind of where we leave it. Well, closing thought. Well, actually, not closing thoughts.
No, we have to go through our
favorite
run through.
Yeah, favorite character. So, hey, Mike.
Yeah,
what was your favorite thing today?
I think my favorite thing of the episode was Bandit's techniques of making the game more difficult. The reason why is, like you brought up, when they're in the playroom and it's a mess. And he's standing there and he's eating his oatmeal and he's like, this issue could have been resolved if someone cleaned the room up. And he's dropping subtle hints to the girls as opposed to being like, clean up your room.
Yeah, keeping it fun.
Yep.
Keeping it light, like he does.
Could have been. It would have been easier. Hey, Greg.
Yeah, Mike.
What was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is we expanded the universe today.
Ooh,
we got another family. I'm trying to think too. I think this is the first time they've even been outside the house. Wait, no, Magic Solid One. They do go outside for a minute.
Yep,
they do. But we get a new character. We get two new characters. Not to overplay my hand, one of those two characters might be my favorite character of the week. We'll see.
Don't double dip.
But man, oh man.
No.
But man, oh man. You know, it just kind of starts to show what the show can be. It's not going to be just this nice, happy family in the house. We're going to get a big old community, a big old world, and that's coming soon.
It's good. It's fun because they bring those characters back into just like random moments. There's a character that could be in there for 4 seconds, but it's someone that was in an episode 20 episodes ago. That's what I like about it is they bring them back. Okay, so we do round 2 then. Hey, Greg. Don't steal it. Who's your favorite character?
It's got to be Lucky's dad.
God darn it!
It's got to be Lucky's dad. He came in strong, he came in hot, and just he went from 0 to full on commit to the bit play mode, diving for it, sacrificing his coffee. I mean that morning coffee is a big cup of Joe, and he just went all out again to give 5 seconds of fun to the neighbor's kids, and a little bit of fun for his son too.
And Lucky had a great day.
Yeah,
his day's made now. Otherwise, he's just kicking a football in the background by himself. Poor Milhouse.
Oh, poor Lucky. So I stole your favorite? Or are you gonna pivot?
No. It was my
Kudos,
gut laugh
sir.
of the episode. It really was.
Kudos,
the hammy.
Love it.
Okay, so we're tied on those. I think it's Bandit to Bandit, and then you got a bingo with me doing the mouse that saved.
Yeah, that was.
That's fine.
That was a cop out, but that's okay.
Boo hiss. We'll keep track of these. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll keep a whole tally sheet. Okay, so in the end of the episode here, we're looking at Keepy Uppy. Where are you ranking this episode? What is your Scoville scale? What is your?
Wow, I would give this one 7.5 butts.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, where do you rank this episode?
I gave it 8 out of 9 balloons.
Ooh,
So
that's pretty solid. Again,
do the math on this one, kids.
Again, iconic, classic, fun, goofy, and the music. You're a big music guy. I'm sitting you and looking at you, and there are 3 guitars, 2 ukuleles, a keyboard by you. So I think you're kind of a musical guy.
Ish.
I think I even undersold those numbers a little bit now that I see another one in the corner.
It's okay.
But let's talk a little bit, before we close out. The music in this one, just fun,
Whimsical.
It's whimsical. That's the word.
It's cheerful. It's a good episode because I think it's a good balance to the hospital episode, because the hospital episode brings you a lot of, trying to grow as a parent and learn. Kids can be frustrating, but you can still be a good parent. And this one it can be a lot of fun, but you need to teach them something also with it being fun, because I think actually let's go full circle in the end. I think the lesson of the episode is enjoy the fun things while you're having them, because nothing lasts forever.
Wow, deep.
Because the balloon pops and it's just and then you find another way to have fun. You find another way to keep having fun in life and enjoy yourself. So, yeah, Mike just got a little meta on you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
The balloon pops. Guess what? Dad's a balloon now. Let's just keep trucking and have a good time. So it's
beautiful. Good way to close. No, fake tears, boo.
Yeah, not yet. No, you're not going to get that out of me yet.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Episode 3. A couple quick plugs here. Make sure you catch David McCormick in Jack Irish. Available somewhere, I'm sure. And also catch Melanie Zanetti in Love and Monsters. I'm sure that is also an enjoyable, good time.
And also, both of us are going to probably have some Twitter handles that we'll start plugging at some point in time in the near future. We don't have many right now, but they're going to start happening.
They're coming.
So
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
More interesting than your average morning of looking at Twitter. Don't worry. We'll start making this happen. So.
All right. Well, that does us for today. So, for Mike, this is Greg saying, it's got to be done.
It's got to be done.